Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be making this little Easter treat box using the Easter Bunny stamp set from Stampin' Up. As you can see, it's got lots of little different elements in it. So this is the little treat box. Just pull the ribbon off. And then inside we have a Cadbury's cream egg. Yeah. So let's get started. You're going to need a piece of card, which is 8.5 by 6. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut that now. Eight and a half by 6 inches. Then you're going to need some DSP. I've chose these two. I haven't decided exactly which one to use yet, but I've chose these two. I've gone ahead and cut and coloured some little Easter eggs. I've cut my sentiments ready, but I'll trim them down. You're going to need a circle die. I couldn't think what it was then. You're going to need a little circle die, and this is a 1-inch circle die. So that's a 1-inch circle die. It's just got a piece of washi tape on it at the minute. Right, so let's go ahead. We're going to score this now. I'll just take my cutting blade out and then I don't cut it. I'm going to score this along the 8.5 inch side at, oops, sorry about that, my head caught it. We're going to score it at 2. Four, 6 and 8. And then we're going to turn it and we're going to score at 2, and 4, so you've got something that looks like that with all the squares on. Then what we're going to do is on the 2nd, 4th and 5th we're going to do a bit more scoring. No, sorry, on the 1st, 3rd and 5th we're going to do some more scoring. So on the first section, so that's this square here, we're going to score it at 1.5 only down to the first score line. So line it up at 1.5. We're going to score it just like that. Then we're going to score in this 3rd section here. We're going to create some little tabs, and then we're going to score on the 5th section just up to the score line. So it should look, that's your 1st section with the score line, that's your 3rd section with the score line, and that's your 5th section with the score line. And we're going to repeat that on the opposite side. So just turn it round line it up to 1.5, and we're going to score at 1.5 on that little section there. Miss the next one, score it on that one, and then score it on the last one at 1.5. So if you just keep it in line, if you've got a scoreboard, it's actually easier on a scoreboard. So you should have something that looks, I don't know whether you can see those score lines, but yeah, you should have 2 score lines at either side there. Miss them 2 score lines on that one, miss them 2, and 2 little score lines on that one, like that. And that's what's going to create our tabs. So we shall go ahead and cut those. So what we're going to do is we're just going to cut up to the score line, and then cut away that section like that. Cut up to the score line, so you end up with a little tab. On the opposite side, cut all the way along the score line. We're not removing it fully, and then we're going to cut up the little score line that we've just done at 1.5. Let me just straighten that up a bit. So you should have 2 little tabs like that. Then we'll go along to the next section here. You're going to cut right along that score line, past the 1.5 score line, up to that score line there on both sides. Like that. And then we're just going to cut up that 1.5 inch score line, and that cuts that away. So you've got this little tab here. I'm going to do identical at the top here. Cut right up to the score line, and then just remove that section there. So what you should have is something like that. You can see that. So we're going to repeat that on the opposite side. Cut along the score line. And up to that 1.5 inch, cut along there. We're just creating little tabs like that. And then same again, cut it along up to that score line there, along that one. So we're removing this middle section but creating a tab as well, and then up your 1.5 inch score line. So that's all those done. So what you should have now is, if you bend those in, all those, you should have something that actually looks like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this section here to the bottom, because we are going to create we're actually going to create these sections here, and it has got an inserting. So we're going to just create these little sections here. So what you need is a ruler and a pencil, and then from the edge of the tab, not from the corner point there where they intersect, from the edge of the tab up to the corner, like that. Just draw a faint line, just so you know where you're cutting. And then on the opposite side, from the corner of the tab up to that corner, like that. Same again, corner of the tab here, not here, corner of the tab there, up to that corner there. and then same on the opposite side. Corner of the tab, so it's the corner of the tab here, this section here, up to there. There. And then what we're going to do is we're going to remove these sections here, these 4 little triangles here. So I'm just folding the tab out of the way. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to remove the pencil mark as well. So I'll cut up there like that. This one as well, just removing the pencil line like so. I find it easier if I go from this way down with this one. Obviously she's listening to my conversation again. So we have now got something that looks like that. Now what we're going to do, we're just going to fold and burnish all these score lines. Make sure they're well creased. On this side. There we go. So then what we're going to do is we're going to glue all this together. So these go on the outside of here. These go on the outside. So what you want to do is bring it up, and that we're going to glue that to that like that. What I find is if you just put a little bit of glue down the edge over there like so, and a little on that edge there, it tends to glue better. You don't end up with it all over. Just make sure you line up that back edge like that, so it's nice and neat. We are going to trim this in a minute, so a bit of glue along. You don't need to go way up because you're going to trim the top. Bit of glue there. This one you have to go to the top of. Bit of glue there. And then, oh, you can't see me. And just glue it like that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to trim these corners here. So just bend that one out of the way. And then just trim them corners like so. So you end up with that light that looks like that. And we're going to do identical to here on this side. And this is what's going to create your lid and your base. So same again. A bit of glue on there, all the way. And a bit on that side, all the way. And then you don't need to go way up to the top. So just a bit like that. And just make sure you line it up. This side too. And just line it up there like that. And then just bend that one out of the way. And we're just going to cut these 2 little tabs off here. one. And that one. So you've got something that looks like that. And then a bit of glue on these 2 little tabs here. Make sure you line those up. Just hold them for a couple of seconds till the glue grabs. Same on this side. So this is now our little box. As you can see. There we are. So we're going to create an insert here for the egg tin, but before we do that, I'm going to put some DSP on there and on there, and that is 1 7/8 squared, which if you look at this one is that there and there, and it's easier because when you put that in you can't really get that in, so yeah. And I've decided I'm going to use this yellow, and this is from the Subtles range, but I think that is, so you want your trimmer again, and 1 7/8 is, it's the little digit before the 2. There's 2 little digits and it's the biggest one before the 2. So you just line that up. Oh, want my little trimmer. Took it out and then I didn't cut. So 1 7/8 by 1 7/8, and we want 2 of those. Oh, I've done it again, sorry. 1 7/8. So 1 7/8. There we go. That's our 2 pieces. I'm now going to glue those in. So let's just glue those in into them sections there. I'll just put a bit of glue on, and then I'm just going to pop that in like so. Make sure it's straight. And then we've got this other section here, 1 7/8 squared, and that's going to go in the top. That's just going to go in there like that. Just put it, just make sure they're all stuck down. And then we're going to create the little insert now that goes in there. So you want a piece of coordinating cardstock, and you want a piece that is 3 inch by 3 inch. So I'm going to get a piece that is 3 inch. So you want 3 inch squared, 3 inch by 3 inch. And then we're going to score it at 2.5 on all 4 sides. So line it up to 2.5. Oh, 2.5, score it, turn it, 2.5, score it, 2.5, turn it, 2.5. Score it, turn it around, 2.5, and score it. And that is all, that's it now for the scoreboard now. So then you end up with that with the 4 little sections like that. But before we actually cut any tabs into it, you're going to get your 1-inch circle and line it up roughly in the centre if you can, just like so. Let's get my cutting, and then we're just going to cut this out now and create the little insert. Not like that. There we go. I'm using the Stampin' Up mini cutting machine. So yeah. And then I'm going to cut away these 4 little corners. So just cut up your score line and remove that corner, just like that. Same again on the opposite side. Just removing all those 4 corners. Those 4 corners. Like so. And I'll just fold and burnish those. And then what I'm going to do is we're going to pop that in there. So that should fit in there. There we go. It will be a tight fit because we don't want it dropping out, so yeah. There we go. Like that. Now then, before we go any further, we do need another 2 pieces for there at 1 7/8. I forgot about those, so I shall cut 2 more pieces at 1 7/8. 1 7/8. By 1 7/8. By 1 7/8. So that's my 2 pieces now. So I'm just going to put 1 on the top and 1 on the front. Like I said, this is from the Subtles range. I think it's still available. There is a new catalogue coming out. So that one on the front. I mean, you can put them on the sides, but you'd have to angle it and work it out. So 1 on the back there. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and glue my Easter eggs on the front. Just at the bottom there. And then we've got the sentiment for inside, which I am just going to cut round, fussy cut round it. Like so. I'm not the world's best cutter. Don't always get it straight. Prefer my trimmer. So I'm just going to pop this inside, like so, on the lid. And then this one, I'm going to cut it in half. And then I'm going to cut round the happy, like so. I'm going to glue that on there. Like that. And then the Easter section now. Just round that corner off. Put that there like that. I mean, you can put a little piece if you wish along that bottom there, which would be quarter of an inch by 1 3/4. So I'll pop that on. Oh. Oh, perfect. I already had a piece. I'm just going to pop that on the front of there. Just put that along there just to break that up a bit so it matches. Just like that. And then I'm going to get a glue dot for the bottom of the egg so it doesn't roll about. And I've done it again. Keep knocking you. I'm going to pop that in there like that. So that's like that. And then I'm just going to get some ribbon. Oh, come on. There we go. So it's like that. I'll just get some yellow ribbon. I'm just going to tie this in a bow. There we go. Oh, I'm not happy with that bow. That's better. So yeah, I'll just trim that down. And there we have our little Easter treat box using the Easter Bunny stamp set, which is available If you buy the stamp set and the die set together, you save 10%. Yeah, so I hope you like what you've seen today. If you do like what you've seen, don't forget to give it the thumbs up, hit the like button and the subscribe button, as it does help the channel. And hit that notification bell, and then you'll be notified next time I upload a video. So there we go, there's our 2 little Easter treat boxes. Bye.